go ahead and clear up my space before we begin by closing all of these things you see right here. And let's begin. So the first thing you want to do, and I'm going to do it to the left arm of this character, is you're going to want to first have a layer that you can use to turn off the body, just for convenience. And I'm going to go ahead and turn that off, and I'm going to copy this and press Control D or Shift D to duplicate this. And after that, I'm going to press Control and 1 so that I can isolate it. And remember, if you see me isolating anything, that I'm pressing Control and 1 to do that. You want to isolate the duplication, and you want to go ahead and get rid of all of the finger joints, and you want to rename it. So I'm going to press F, and I'm going to find that in the outliner, and I'm going to rename it. So the original is called left arm joint. I'm going to call this left arm IK. And I'm going to go down to the other two, and I'm going to go ahead and replace joint with IK and joint with IK. And so we're going to go ahead and take this whole thing, and we're going to make another duplication. Press Control 1 twice to isolate that one specifically. And for this one, as you're going to see, it's going to be called the same things. I'm just going to go ahead and go to Modify, Search and Replace Names, and I'm going to replace the IK with FK. And so by doing that, get rid of this one, you're going to have basically two duplications of the original left arm joint that you see right here. You're going to have these, which are the original. You're going to have a duplication that's representing the IK and a duplication that's representing the FK, okay? So let's make things a little bit easier, and let's go ahead and take the FK and put it into a group. I'm going to call this one FK, and let's take the IK and do the same thing over here. And let's take the left arm, and let's call this OG for original. Alright, cool. And so if we ever want to select things without having to find it in the outliner, I can just go ahead and right-click this and press Select Objects. But anyway, so now that we have this, I'm going to create the controls that correspond to each thing. So if you see what I have on the right over here, for the FK, I obviously have a series of curves that rotate in this direction. And for the, if you switch over to the IK, you see that I have a box over here. So I'm going to go ahead, and you see that I have a couple of these things laying around this and this, just for convenience's sake. So I'm going to go ahead and duplicate this, press the middle over here once, and press V while holding in the middle mouse button and dragging it towards a joint to kind of magnetize it towards that joint. Rotate it 90 degrees and scale it down. Freeze my transformations as well so that we don't have any weird numbers in the channel box. And real quick, I'm going to go ahead and see how big I should have it so that it's kind of visible over the character. So in this case, I'd say that's fine. I'll rotate a little tiny bit and freeze transformations one last time. So I want to obviously have this colored, so I'm going to go ahead and color all the things that are FK oriented to be red. So I'm going to go ahead and give that an enable override and drag it to this specific shade of red. Now that I have that done, I'm going to hide the body again, press the middle, duplicate, and just do the same thing I did before. Just drag it holding the middle mouse button, pressing V. Scale it down just a little bit and freeze transformations, and let's just do that one more time. Looking at it in the viewport, it looks like I can scale it down a little tiny bit. And once everything's done, I'm going to go ahead and select both of these and just freeze transformations one more time. I'll select this last one and this middle one, press P to parent it, and then I'm going to press the middle one and the first one, press P again to parent it. And now, as you can see, it is parented. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and make the IK control as well. I'll just make a duplication of this. And as I did before, let me hide the body so I can actually have it kind of magnetized to one of these joints. I'll press the middle, press V, middle mouse drag. There you go. And I'll scale it down to something I think is a little bit more appropriate. Have the character so that I can kind of see how big I need it to have. Let's say that's about good. And let's go ahead and freeze transformations. So this one is going to be my IK. I'm going to give it a color. It's going to be yellow. There you go. So just for convenience sake, I'm going to go ahead and call this left arm IK control. And these three, I'm going to have to call the left arm FK control. I'll copy that, and I'll go ahead and just change the middle section to be elbow as well as wrist. Cool. And just for convenience sake, I'm also going to select this and add them to their corresponding channel boxes. And you're going to notice the color go off of this. That's something that's going to be fixable once I delete these later. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and just add them so that when I press select, they're all together. And so now that that's done, I'm going to have to attach these controls to the joints that you see right here. So the IK is going to have to be attached to an actual IK that I add to this series of joints. I'm going to have to also attach the FK controls to the joints over here so that they bend. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. So the easy way to do that now that we got these layers over here is I'm going to go ahead and press select. And I'm going to select everything in each layer and just press Control 1. And now everything that I want to have is isolated. It's just the FK-oriented controls that are showing on the screen and not any of the IK or original-oriented joints or anything like that. So I'm going to press this control right here, and I'm going to press this original joint. I'm going to go ahead and press Constrain Orient. And you're going to see that the 3 boxes over here get a tick. And so I'm going to continue going down and doing the same thing. And there you go. You should be able to now rotate this joint up and down like this. And so now I just have to create an IK. So I'll go to skeleton, create IK handle, make sure it's a rotate planar, and I'm going to also make sure that I just have the IK showing. I don't want to have anything else be selected. I'm going to press the first and the last. And now we have the IK created, and all I have to do while the IK is still selected is shift select the IK control box and press P, and now you can see that I should be able to move this box and I have an IK right there. And I also understand that IKs need one more control, and that control is usually pretty much an IK pull vector control, something to control the orientation or the direction of where the elbow is going to move. So in order for me to get that done, I'm just going to go ahead and create another circle over here, make it real small like this, and probably rotate it 90 degrees in this direction. After that, I'm going to freeze transformations and move it all the way out over here. Freeze transformations again. And let's go back over here to bring the body back. I'm going to see, might as well color it, but I think adding it to the layer might remove the color, but it's whatever. I'll give it a shot anyway. I know the color of IKs is supposed to be yellow, so I'll keep that yellow. And I'll go ahead and press this, and I'll select the IK handle that should be right here. I have the IK handle selected, and I'll press Constrain Pull Vector. So now, as you can see, I'm going to have a pull vector that can change the orientation of the IK handle when I stretch it out like this. And lastly, I'll just go ahead and add that pull vector to the IK control or IK layer, so add that. And so now everything is corresponding. So I should be able to move a series of joints like this, should be able to move a series of joints like this, and then I should have an original set of controls that are still attached to the rig that doesn't really have anything touching it right now. So the way it's going to work is that essentially these are going to be kind of bizarre kind of joints that extend out that you will never actually see, but they will have an influence on the original joint depending on how we connect them to the attributes over here, so that when we have an attribute on 0, it's going to be affecting it's going to be showing you just IK. And when we have an attribute on 1, it's going to be showing you FK or something along those lines. And so all it does is magnetize towards the joints of either one. So I'll kind of show you how to go about doing this in a second. So now that we have this kind of stuff selected and ready to go, one thing I'll add before we continue is another control. I'll go ahead and hide the body again, and I'll magnetize it over here to the middle of the wrist. And so I'll rotate that about 90 degrees. And freeze the transformations, move it up just a little bit, maybe rotate it like so, and freeze transformations. So this is going to be parented to the wrist itself, and essentially it's going to be the control that is going to not only, well, it's essentially going to allow you to switch from FK to IK for this arm. It's going to be over here for the wrist because we don't want it to be anywhere on the body, because we know that these controls, or I plan to have these controls be hidden depending on what mode it's on. So if it's on IK mode, you're not going to see any of the FK controls or joints, and the same is for vice versa. If you're on FK, you're not going to see any of the IK controls. So as a result, I'm going to try to keep this one that you switch between the two somewhere off of that kind of section. It's going to be right here on the arm. So I'm going to have it parented to the wrist, and I'm going to go ahead and go to Edit add attributes. I'm going to create IK first. Actually, I'm going to create FK first. And I'm going to just have it be a Boolean and add. And I'm going to do the same thing with just IK. Boom. Okay, cool. So now that I have those set, essentially what I want to do now is I want to make sure that all of these joints are oriented towards one another so that they're kind of snapped together and they're not moving in every which way. So I'm going to want to have in my outliner these series, three kind of the original right here, the IK and the FK series of joints kind of put together and ready to go. And just follow my lead right here. Pay very careful attention. You're going to want to select the wrist of the FK or IK first. Either one's fine, it doesn't matter, but you want the either IK or FK to be selected before, lastly, you select the original variation of it. So in this case, I selected FK, IK, and left wrist joint. And so now I'm going to go ahead and press Constrain Orient, and I'm going to do the same thing with the elbow. Whoops. Press G just to redo that action, and the same thing with the arm. Press G to redo that action. And you can see these three kind of constraints be showing up as a result. And so what you should be getting as a result of that is when you rotate this up, you're going to see that the other variation, if you rotate the FK up somewhere, you're going to see that the IK is somewhere in between. And if you rotate the IK somewhere, you're going to see that the FK is somewhere in between. So you can now know that these things are now completely attached, and the only thing you have to really do is get the original to kind of either choose which direction to go. Does it want to go fully in the FK direction, or does it want to go fully in the IK direction? So in order to get that to happen, what we want to do is we want to have this selected over here, and we want to go into Windows, General Editors, and Connection Editor. And we're going to go ahead and now select the original joint. So let's go to the OG right here, select that, and let's press F to figure out what that is. That should be right here. And you're going to see when I open this up, you're going to see specifically under the OG series of joints is going to be these three red chains. And I want you to essentially load these chains right here. Alright, so you want to load these series of joints. I selected the wrong one right there. I selected the clavicle. You want to select the wrist. Going to reload right, and if you name things correctly, you're going to have the FK and IK named over here so you can kind of tell which one to connect. So FK is going to connect obviously to FK, and IK is going to connect to IK, and you're going to basically load each one and connect them to the corresponding ones. Pretty easy. And so now basically what you have is if you have, for example, FK turned on and IK turned off, then essentially what's going to happen is you're going to be able to rotate it in this direction, and you're going to be able to see the FK in action, but you're not going to ever really be able to see the IK do anything. You see this joint doing something right now, but that's not going to be visible in the actual animation and stuff. That's not the original one. So now that we have that kind of working, the last kind of component of this is making it so that you don't have to kind of constantly switch one of them off and have one of them on, that whenever one is on, the other is automatically off and vice versa. So to be able to do that, what you basically want to do is you want to have the FK and you want to give it to an expression. You're going to drag that in the screen so you can see. And the easiest way to go about doing this is you essentially take the name of the FK expression, copy and paste it right here, and press equals 1 minus, and then paste the same thing except replace FK with IK, assuming that these are the names that you gave it. And if you do that, you're going to see a purple box show up, and essentially whenever I change IK to FK, or sorry, IK to off, FK is going to turn on, and vice versa. So by doing that, you're going to see, you can actually see it kind of change right here. So let me see. Another thing that I do for kind of convenience is I make it so that when IK is off, you know, the actual IK controls are also turned off. So to do that, just open up the connection editor one more time and load up this in the on the left as usual. And in this case, I'm going to select both of these right here and load those to the right. And essentially, I'm going to select IK and I'm going to connect the visibility to them. So now that IK is off, they are turned off, but when I turn them on, you're going to see them show up. And the same is going to go for the other way around. I'm going to have on the left this loaded in, and then I'm going to have pretty much this loaded in on the right, and I'm going to select FK and turn that to visibility. So now, as you can see, they are working. So I'm going to go ahead and delete these three layers so that I can actually see the colors of things now. Cool. Go ahead and see if I can change the color back now. Enable override. So this is an FIK, so I'm going to turn that yellow. Turn that yellow. And when this turns to FK, I'm going to have this be red. Oops. You want to go to drawing overrides, enable override, and turn that red. Perfect. I'm going to go ahead and turn the rig invisible so that it's not so glaringly. Alright, cool. So now, as you can see, you have essentially what you want. You can move the rig in this direction with the FK, or you can switch it to an IK, and you can move it in this direction.